Thank you everyone for joining me for my presentation of my capstone business proposal. My name is Dylan Hopkins. This is Business 640. This is the capstone presentation for BoHo Bridal. Today is October 21st, 2020. BoHo Bridal, in a nutshell, is a wedding hair and makeup business that will be focusing on providing a natural beauty look in the Big Sur, California wedding market. The need for the business arose from a gaining industry trend of a focus on natural beauty compared to past years where extensive makeup techniques such as airbrushing and various hairstyling techniques were gaining momentum. Recently, there's been a big industry shift towards the natural beauty look. Celebrities, social media influencers, beauty magazines, bridal magazines, everything's kind of shifting towards a less extensive hair and makeup look on a wedding day. So there's definitely a need for a provider, a hair and makeup wedding provider that specializes in this look. There's also a need for another wedding vendor, or excuse me, hair and makeup vendor in the Big Sur, California area. It's one of the top destination wedding locations in the state, let alone the world, continuously ranked in the top 10. Again, wedding days are notoriously known for stress and chaos. There's so many moving parts. One of the core focuses of BoHo Bridal is to provide a calming, stress-free environment for brides on such a big day. So, an overview of the business. BoHo Bridal will be a sole proprietorship that is going to be owned and operated by Kara Hopkins, and she actually owns and operates an existing skincare business, but recognized the opportunity to shift markets from the ordinary facial and esthetician business into the destination wedding hair and makeup industry, just given the traffic and the need for a provider that she's gained expertise over the last 2 decades providing a natural beauty look. So there's definitely a need for this. So she will absorb some of the existing inventory, and as I'll discuss in a little bit, relationships and network she's built already will be incorporated into BoHo Bridal. So the business will be an on-site wedding hair and makeup services provider wherever the wedding is. BoHo Bridal's team will show up and provide the services. There will be pre-wedding services that can be offered and provided in the studio. However, the bulk of the services will be the wedding day, and that will be on site. And as I mentioned earlier, the cornerstone of the business is the owner's and lead stylist Kara Hopkins' expertise in the natural beauty look, an industry trend that has really gained a lot of momentum in recent years. The target market will be younger female brides aged 25 to 45. The business will be targeting a higher end market, given the cost of living and the expensive nature of the Big Sur wedding industry. For instance, one of the top venues has an average venue cost simply just to hold the wedding at this location of $30,000. So even though the average wedding in California is about $30,000, granted that the venue costs and everything else is so high in the area, BoHo Bridal will be targeting couples that have a wedding budget or a planned budget of $75,000 and above. And again, this will be located in Big Sur, so we are going to be targeting brides who travel and have a wedding planned in Big Sur. The geographic origin of the brides, so the geographical nature is irrelevant. Essentially, it's going to be younger female brides meeting this age range with this budgetary minimum that are going to be getting married in Big Sur. So the core marketing strategy of the business is going to be revolved around digital and online marketing. Although there are tons of print and traditional magazine and newspaper marketing avenues available. Industry trends are all pointing at the rise of digital marketing and the online presence being a key cornerstone for wedding providers. So the first will be the social media sites. This is going to be a huge component of the marketing strategy for BoHo Bridal, as social media sites, we're going to be focusing on the Instagram and Pinterest sites for the business, as that is the number one and number two social media website that couples go to and visit to start planning their wedding. Additionally, one of the cornerstone marketing strategies for the business is going to be to post and create vendor pages on the top two wedding planning websites. Those are going to be the knot.com and weddingwire.com. These are continuously ranked as number one and number two for couples that are looking for and searching for reviews, basically looking for vendors in a given location. These sites provide a great avenue for businesses such as BoHo Bridal to market their services. And as I mentioned earlier, the owner, Kara Hopkins, with her existing skincare business through both professional and personal relationships, actually has an existing vendor network among the wedding industry with a prominent wedding planner, also a prominent photographer, and a prominent florist. And each of these three are going to be extremely crucial in providing new leads and referrals and word of mouth within the industry. It will help get the business started, and it will also ensure a steady pipeline of brides in future years. So some of the financial highlights that are worth noting is the extremely minimal startup expenses of the business. It's a mere $3,800 or $3,820 to be exact. And one of the main reasons of this, again, is the existing inventory that will be absorbed from the skincare business. In addition, as I mentioned, the employees will be hired as 1099 independent contractors, which will again lower the payroll, lower employee benefits, and as a sole proprietorship, there aren't very many legal fees that are going to be associated. So it's a very small investment for a huge net profit margin in the first year. It actually totals 13.3% in year one, and it is worth noting that that does include a $4,000 a month salary for the owner. So this net profit margin includes that. The business actually turns a profit in the fifth month. So this is going to be an extremely viable option from a financial standpoint for the owner to pursue. And again, there's such low capital required to start the business that there's actually a quick ratio of 2.7, which indicates that the business would be able to very quickly meet short-term liquidity needs should they arise. And the startup expenses of $3,820 will be provided by the owner's savings, personal savings. So therefore, there will be no financing or investing, thus lowering, again, the startup expenses and the low-cost business model. So with that in mind, some of the recommendations for the owner and for the business would be to place an extreme focus on the social media presence and building that, and possibly, because there are such low startup expenses, consider hiring a professional social media consultant to help build the online presence on those key websites. I think leaning on the existing vendor network will be extremely beneficial for the business, especially in the early days, being able to get the name out there, being able to get brides that have already booked but are waiting for a beauty provider. It might ensure quick revenue for the business. Also, consider succession planning, in possibly maybe the end of the second year. And what this could do, number one, is provide insurance that the business will continue should something happen to the owner. However, it could also help retain key employees. But the most important recommendation for the business will be to launch after COVID subsides, as the safety regulations and the business environment would prove to be very detrimental to the business. Thank you everyone for listening in on my presentation, and I appreciate you attending. Have a great day.